Twitch chat's always got me brewing some nonsense on Wednesdays. And today, more of the same. Welcome back, vintage gamers, to a Wednesday night brewing session where chat and I have been going back and forth for far too long now, multiple minutes at least, on a way to build mono black-ish aggro in vintage. The big premise and reason I wanted to do this is because I have been meaning to try out if there are other decks that can utilize 4 Void Mirror in the same way that Mono White Initiative utilizes 4 Void Mirror as a pseudo Force of Will style card that can prevent them from dying immediately. And I also wanted to play with Barrowgoyfs, 1, because I bought 4 of them to play Legacy, and 2, because they were so goddamn impressive in Legacy. And honestly, every time I've ever seen a Barrowgoyf resolve, it's been pretty damn impressive. So I was wondering if maybe people were not playing Barrowgoyfs in Vintage. I mean, 1, there's obviously Lurrus, but 2, there's just not like a lot of correct spots. Like, I was thinking maybe you wanted to play some Barrowgoyfs in the sideboard of Doomsday. That could probably work, but not a lot of creatures in Doomsday, so maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. Either way, this card in Legacy is an unbelievable powerhouse. It kind of just does everything. It's Death Touch, Lifelink, it's huge, and it kind of pseudo-draws cards by milling over creatures. So we're playing it inside of a pretty classic Grief Reanimate Scam package. We've got Dark Rituals, and Dauthi Voidwalkers are extremely good into the metagame. So there was like a bunch of tension inside of deck building on whether you wanted to be like an Ancient Tomb deck to facilitate Void Mirror and Barrowgoyf, or did you want to be, Dark Ritual and Fetch Land deck. One of the biggest reasons we decided on the Fetch Land version is because how else are you turning on Revolt for Fatal Push? And I do think you need to have Fatal Push active here. So yeah, we have then there was a big schism in the chat over, are we supposed to splash Ancestral Recall? Obviously, all we did here was take 3 swamps and turn them into Underground Seas. I added the Sapphire because it helps with the Void Mirror and the Barrowgoyf, and you get an easy Time Walk Ancestral Splash. I don't think this is the best Ancestral deck, to be perfectly honest, but I do think it's a very good Time Walk deck. So that's a little bit of an interesting spot. Obviously, the downside here is that you just have more lands exposed to Wasteland. But the upside is you get to put power in your deck. So reasonable upside. The number one thing we're going to look out for here is, can we play Void Mirror enough on turn 1 with this configuration? And then I'm going to look at how often is the Dauthi Voidwalker a reasonable play, and then how often is the Barrowgoyf doing the Barrowgoyf thing. Those are the things that we're looking for. I'll have you know, to Jordan, I am the one who gets to choose what cards go in the deck. So you, as chat, give me suggestions, and I filter out the bad ones. Notably the ones to Jordan suggested, and tape the good suggestions, ones from Andy. Either way, we've got Null Rods in the sideboard to give us a hint of whiff of possibly beating Jewel, as well as a pile of anti-dredge cards. So, yeah. Average Vintage League. I'll see you in round 1 for what will almost assuredly be a dredge player. Do you want to compete for custom paintings and tons of treasure chests from the comfort of your own home? Eternal Magic content creator Echo Baron is hosting 2 MTGO Echo Eternal weekend events open to everyone. Mark your calendars for Legacy September 6th and Vintage now on September 27th. And buy your tickets for Echo Eternal Weekend today. All right, welcome to round 1. I guess the MTG bot is down, so that's a classic Wednesday night outing. This hand is gonna die to turn 1 Void Mirror from our opponent, but I sure as hell I'm not mulliganing it. So I am absurdly dead to a turn 1 Void Mirror. I mean, maybe I could just draw Swamp and just put a Goyf in play. Maybe it's fine. All right. There was no Void Mirror yet. Maybe. There was no Chancellor. That's what there was no. Is it Dredge? That was the prediction. It's Workshop. Okay. What kind of Workshop? Is it a beatable kind of Workshop, or is it like a turn 1 One Ring? It's a turn 1 ring. Not ideal. That does not mean it's Jewel. That's not how this works, Jordan. Okay, we would have had the land drop. Not bad. All right, so what can I do here? Anything? Wait, was this hand actually playable? Let's see. I need 5 mana to cast Dauthi Voidwalker and Barrowgoyf, so I can just use both of my Moxes and not my Dark Ritual. I guess that makes the most sense. I kind of want to get this like Barrowgoyf theoretically forced or something, so I could reanimate it maybe. Yeah, but we can grow the Goyf on the next turn. The one thing we're not going to do is get Wastelanded here. So I guess if this gets forced, then we will have regretted not Dark Ritualing. Forced a Barrowgoyf? Yeah. Probably not the One Ring player, to be fair. Or they could even be on Raker and they have no forces. If they're on Raker, I think this game is theoretically winnable. If they're on Jewel, we're dead. Because, like, I guess I did just use my fetch land. So maybe we were supposed to use Dark Ritual Black Lotus for the 5 mana and keep the fetch land for Fatal Push to kill Raker. Oh, learning, chat. Learning. I think that actually would have been better. I didn't consider that at the time, but holding our fetch for that would have been interesting. Nope, it's Jewel. We're dead. I don't think we're beating a Jewel here. They have no follow-up. It's kind of lucky, but we need exactly Grief right now, right? A Grief would be pretty lit. Thoughtseize would be pretty good too. Okay. I think I'm supposed... I guess I don't get to reanimate. Well, if I get forced, then Dauthi can hold up force. So I guess we just cast Thoughtseize, right? This is free, right? Yeah. Dauthi Voidwalker also not a combo with Void Mirror, chat. I don't know how we got this far without realizing that one. They could have Mental Misstep, but would they not just Mental Misstep Dark Ritual? Do we lose anything? We lose the ability to like play another Barrowgoyf, theoretically. Mental Metamorph. I'm gonna try casting Thoughtseize and see how this goes. I see. Sync, Saga, Ancestral Recall. Didn't they play Springs tapped? No, they cast Monolith. Huh? I'll take Ancestral Recall. Oh, I see what you're saying. If they have a Metamorph in their hand, there's no way they have a Metamorph in their hand, right? They would have... Wouldn't they have played it off of Monolith? But that's a reasonable reason. So I could Dark Ritual and Thoughtseize, and if they did have a Metamorph, then I could... Well, no, I wouldn't be able to reanimate it because the Voidwalker would take it, right? So that wouldn't work. So am I drawing 3 cards, or am I hitting for 3 damage? I'm not convinced drawing 3 cards does anything. Because we don't have like a Null Rod to go play to at the moment, so... If I hit a Force, that would be a lot happier, but... Oh, right, we have a Barrowgoyf trigger. Yes. Oh, you're right. We could have sacked it and hit a land and Ritual reanimated. True. Yeah, I mean, learning. I don't know if that's better than just hitting for 3 and trying to kill my opponent, but... All right, well, we have to hope they don't ever find an Ancestral, or a PO or a Jewel, because we are still dead. We are still very dead. I think the best thing that could have happened is us hitting a Force. That's 2 new cards that we hadn't seen yet. This is dead. Yeah, that's a PO. We're so unlucky. Sad day. No, not really. We were pretty dead to turn 1 ring here. Okay. So if I had... So these are the 3 cards I would have drawn. Wasteland, Mox, Verdant. And then I would have gotten to replay Voidwalker, done 3 less damage, and then milled over 3 different cards, hitting another Barrowgoyf. We're still dead. They didn't even use their workshop here. So it wouldn't have changed anything in the outcome of the game, but I do think it might have been a better choice. All right, well, the good news is we do have 4 Null Rods. A Needle, a Vamp, and 2 Mindbreak Traps. The bad news, how the do I play that? Because I want Void Mirror on the play as well, don't I? Pushes only account for less than half. I guess the Dothies are kind of bad. Like, the Dothies got to be worse than playing a Barrowgoyf, right? And I can't get rid of, like, Dark Rituals or Grief Reanimates or anything from the front end. I can get rid of a Swamp, maybe. I think the Dothies are worse than Barrowgoyf. Barrowgoyf is going to clock faster, right? I think we just want to be able to make sure we hit the lands. I think I'd rather have the Troll. Maybe the Dothies are just better than the Barrowgoyfs. It's possible. Well, I wouldn't cut Wasteland. Not if our plan is to Void Mirror and Null Rod our opponent. Wasteland is a key portion of what we're trying to do here. All right, I'm gonna try this version and we'll see. All right, I need a turn 1. Yeah. So I guess what we do is we go Dark Ritual Null Rod. Because if they counter our Null Rod, we can still have Mindbreak Trap up. Not really a Nambo. Just choosing how to play the game correctly. And then, like, theoretically, like in worst case scenario, right, they counter our Null Rod, we live with a turn with a trap, then we untap, and theoretically we can play a Void Mirror after. The Null Rod is a better card to play after. So maybe we do just play the Void Mirror out and it's fine. That makes more sense, actually. I think it just doesn't matter. I think we just play... Yeah, I think we'll play this out. All right. So we've deployed a Void Mirror turn 1 against the Workshop deck. This is not Lights Out. They are a blue Workshop deck. But it is good. They have the blue land immediately. And played Soul Ring off of it. Classic. Now we're looking for mana. We draw Demonic Tutor. Guess we lose. Well, that's unfortunate. Should have played the Null Rod. Talk myself out of it. No, all right, well. I don't know, man. I should have just played Null Rod because I know how Null Rod, the Jewel can never beat Null Rod. And now I'm just dead. It's my own fault. I should have just played Null Rod. I talked myself out of it. and then I lost the game for it. So I knew once to Jordan said we won that we had definitely lost. Classic. He's the spy rooting for Jewel. Yeah. I don't know why I thought playing Void Mirror made more sense. I talked my whole line through, came to the right conclusion, and then I just was persuaded too easily. Like, we know that Jewel can never beat a Void Null Rod in its entirety of its existence unless it draws exactly Tolarian Academy. I mean, I think it still loses if we can simply draw a fetch land and play Null Rod. They can't counter it. But we do not have that. It's my own fault. I shouldn't have been persuaded. It's part of my streamer job to discard incorrect choices. It's pretty unfortunate. Like, there is legitimate reasons that you would want to play the Void Mirror first, theoretically getting it countered because Null Rod is better on turn 2, where Void Mirror is only good on turn 1. So I think it like makes some amount of sense. Whatever. Let's just get out of here and stop losing to Jewel. It makes me mad. All right, game 2. All right, here we go. Round 2. I guess I have to bring up some record text considering we don't have an MTG bot. I think I was probably just tilted a little bit about round 1. I think I still made a reasonable choice. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you would have played Void Mirror or Null Rod, but a lot of time I think that play works out. So here we have classic Soul Ring, Wasteland, Vexing Bauble, Grief on the draw versus Lurrus. I think I'm going to keep it. I don't really like mulliganing this. No, it's just Wednesday. It's patch day, so MTG bot goes down on patch days. Oh, it's combo. That actually makes my hand a lot better if I live. I don't think I'm living, though. I think my opponent's killing me on turn 1. So, yeah. All right. We didn't die on turn 1. That's good. The problem is... they hit a PO. We have a Grief. Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to play Force of Will in Vintage. If you're not playing Force of Will, you need a very good reason to not play Force of Will. I love this spot now. How the hell do I want to sequence it, though? I'm a little worried that if I pitch cast push to Grief, that will lose to Lurrus. Maybe that's not a reasonable concern because we have a 3-2, I guess. So I was thinking about pitch casting Dark Ritual. I think I'm going to. I'm going to pitch cast Dark Ritual and see where we go from here. Their hand is stock up PO sync. Okay, so I'm going to take PO and stock up and then pass. Yeah, I guess this means that I don't have the ability to Dark Ritual and play out Soul Ring Vexing Bauble, but I think I wanted to have an answer to Lurrus, but maybe it's wrong. I kind of was hoping my opponent didn't have double action in their hand, and they definitely have double action in their hand, so kind of worked out a little bad. But also, like, the Vexing Bubble is not doing anything unless my opponent draws a PO, right? So I don't think it's like the end of the world. All right, so they have a Sink into Stupor, a Trainer, and a Lurrus. And I've got a Grief. But now if they like buy Lurrus and play Lurrus for the turn, I can Wasteland and Fatal Push, right? And that rips out an entire axis of their game plan. If they draw like Flame of Anor here, holy shit, how good is that? Man. I love this deck. I want to play my opponent's deck some more. Well, I'm going to be playing a bunch of Lurrus PO in the coming weeks because there's going to be a vintage super qualifier, a vintage championship. Both of those are going to be next week, so I'll play some Lurrus PO for those. And then there's the Echo Baron thing, so should be exciting. Could draw with Bobble and push theoretically, yeah, but I think taking off of okay, well I was gonna say taking off of a color source there would be big, but should I let them like try double blocking? Or I can let them block with. I could let them try double blocking. It's not even that good. I think we do burn the ritual because we'll be able to play Barrowgoyf after. I think I just killed the Lurrus and start attacking. It's fine. Dark Ritual, Wasteland there. Doesn't matter. It's really bad for me if they draw Flame of Anor, though. Maybe I was supposed to give them a chance to do double blocking. Whatever. It's too late now. I think I should have given my opponent a chance to double block. I think it leaves us in a better position. I'm going to leave the Vexing Bauble in play to turn off Mishra's Baubles and the ability to PO and replay their Moxen. I think the thing I'm the most worried about is getting flamed, and I still am going to get flamed. I guess that theoretically they can cast Sink into Stupor on our Grief, but any more black sources lets us hard cast it after, so it's not a huge deal. We are currently tempoing. That's a crazy good draw. That's like a really good draw. Let me get my damage in first, because I don't think they're going to do it right away. Well, the fact that Lurrus doesn't actually do anything for my opponent immediately, and they are getting tempoed out. I guess it's a lifelinker, so they probably would never, but yeah, this is fine. I am now not tempoing my opponent. I guess I'm currently racing my opponent still because of Mana Vault. So I'm going to hold the Grief for a little bit and see if I can find a black land. Seems reasonable. All right, we don't know the cards that are in their hand. Orgort Trawler is a black land. With Lurrus already dead, the stock version of this list does not utilize the graveyard. And then this thing gets blocked by the trainer. So I guess I would rather play it as a bog and grief my opponent. Force Flame of Anor. Wow. We are so lucky they didn't draw land Flame of Anor. Oh my lord. Well, feels good to make the right choice. That would have been brutal. Flame of Anor is sick. They draw Ancestral? They drew Probe. Fair enough. I don't know. I think that's just a mistake. Can't think of any way that comes back and bites me. Balance? I'll hold the Wasteland. That make any sense? Yeah, I think it's fine. I think I'm very lucky to win this game, if I do. Yeah, I think I'm pretty lucky here. My opponent's hand was quite good. So this will be an interesting spot. I think this is like Void Mirrors out, Null Rods in, Mindbreak Traps in, question mark? I think Vexing Bobble is still good. And Fatal Push is really bad. I guess I'll bring Vamp in. The problem is Null Rod's so bad against Flame of Anor. It's just so bad against Flame of Anor. But maybe if that's just the life we live. It's really hard to play Null Rod anymore against this Lurrus PO deck. It's so... That deck is great against Null Rod now. Yeah, I think a Vamp is better. I don't think Mirror is particularly good on the draw here. I'm not actually sure, like, we'll bring in Mirrors on the play in a game 3 if it happens. Maybe we will. But I think Null Rod is a much better approach. I don't know, though. No, maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring in Void Mirrors and, like, cut Mindbreak Trap, Vamp. I don't want to, like, over-index on these 2-mana artifacts that get killed by Flame of Anor and by Portable Hole, though. It's tough. All right, on the draw, what do you got for us, Jacob? That's a pretty good showing for Soul Ring and Sapphire. I mean, the problem is, like, it's not like they're playing Disenchant, you know? Their card is drawing 2 and destroying your thing, or killing your creature and destroying your thing. Like, it's just so strong. That is a lot. That is a lot. We can hard cast a troll, can't we? I don't know. I think I'm just supposed to play things out and see what happens, maybe. I don't know. Okay, mental misstep on the Soul Ring is reasonable for us here. So I think I'm baiting with Null Rod, because I actually think it's easier for them to play through this Null Rod. I mean, they might just have swords, actually. Maybe it doesn't matter. I get Flusterstormed. It'd be okay. All right, well, I got a troll and a Null Rod, and I got swords. Okay, fair enough. Now where do we go in life? This is where they play Thunder Trap Trainers and just grind us out and die. Hey, chat! That's a good one. I think I am going to try not to cast this right now. I think I want them to cast like Trainer or Stock Up and respond by doing it. Thundering Falls. Is there a Thundering Falls in the recent Bosch and Roll list? No. No one has a Thundering Falls in their list, right? Interesting. It's fine. What did they do? They put on top. Like, I think they're gonna cast Stock Up here, right? All right, well, I'm gonna respond to this one. Don't want to give them an extra chance there. Maybe I should have fetched first. Oh, I kind of want to. I don't have Revolt, right? So there's no reason not to fetch first. They found Ancestral Recall off their Thunder Trap Trainer. Man, this is why I don't like Null Rod against Lurrus PO. I think it's just not the axis you're supposed to be fighting on, you know? Doesn't, Ooh. I guess we do that after we play the Voidwalker, question mark? Or do we want our Voidwalker to resolve? I don't actually know. They both have pretty reasonable merit. There's no creatures we can really take. But, like, what can I take from their hand? A Stock Up, I guess? It's a pretty good reason. Fuck. Alright, well, maybe Null Rod is doing something. I guess I have to take Snapcaster Mage and reanimate it later. And Ancestral. Okay. Oh, wait, I can't reanimate it because I played a Voidwalker. Oh, no. I knew it was Thoughtseize first. I didn't know. We're not. They're going to Swords our Voidwalker. Their hand was Snapcaster, 4 Mox Swords. Our Voidwalker is dead. That was yeah, goodbye Voidwalker. Tried your best. What'd they draw? Are they just gonna play the Soul Ring? Fair. Alright. They fetched a lot of red sources here, so they can't really buy and play Lurrus at the moment. Shramp. I had to take Snapcaster though. I can't let them rebuy Ancestral. It's just if I had cast Thoughtseize first, I wouldn't have even played Walker. I would just reanimate Snapcaster and flashback Ancestral. It would have been so good. It would have been so good. I'm gonna buy Cat here. Yeah. I mean, we already drew Ancestral, which is probably our best top deck, so I think we're in trouble. Oh, wait. No Cat. I mean, Grief was the only reason we were even competitive in the game we did win. Wait, if we draw, or we can get a cat. We can get a cat. We just need another Thoughtseize. Fuck. Sad. We can bring back our turned off Black Lotus. Hey, wait a second. That's Ancestral, right? And if they force it, I can just reanimate it. I don't think most games are going to play out to the point where you need Cruise, but... Come on, force it. Force it. Do it. It's gonna take your Snapcaster Mage. Come on, what else could you have possibly drawn? They're in the tank. Maybe they're trying to figure out if I can cast Snapcaster Mage, which I can. Because it's choose an exiled card an opponent owns with a void counter on it. Any void counter. Any void counter will do. All right, the Voidwalker resolved. Now they're just going to counter my Snapcaster Mage. That'll put it back in the graveyard, though, right? Ow. All right. We should play another Voidwalker. How would that go wrong? They kept in Flusterstorm. That would go wrong. No, I cut the Void Mirrors. The Void Mirrors are in the sideboard. 1, 2, 3. The only card we're missing is Lotus Petal. I'm a very impressive magician, chat. I can play a Null Rod and draw all of my artifacts. That can happen. All right, I got the Force out of my opponent's hand, so I can reanimate the other Voidwalker, or I can wait until I see what happens after Snapcaster Maging. Whoa, Force pitching Force. I think I'll see what happens. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Cast Snapcaster Mage. Wait, this means though if the Snapcaster Mage dies, they can get it back. Probably fine. Ancestral target to me. Sick. Nice tundras. All right, I guess I'll Dark Ritual this out. What's the harm, right? I guess if I draw a Troll is the harm. But this gives me extra insulation. I think it's fine. All right, bring back the Voidwalker. All right. That was a good turn. I'd play that turn again. Nice cat. Thundering Falls is a choice. Not sure. These Voidwalkers have been pretty good. This is true. Factually true. Can the deck really truly be cracked if we lost a Jewel, though? My opponent misread Dothy Voidwalker, it sounds like, and they're off it. Fair enough. Thanks for the battle, opponent. GG's. All right, here we go. Florida Legacy Club across the table. Oath Aficionado. I wonder if we could reanimate our opponent's Atraxa. We are on the play. This hand's kind of good, yeah. It's kind of a good hand, yeah. Turn 1, turn off our Voidwalker. Combo. All right, I will bait my opponent with the Voidwalker. Oh, that did not work. Unfortunate. Void Mirror. All right, well, I have the double Void. Combination gaming. I can play my spell without paying its mana cost. If there was no colored mana to cast the spell, counter it. I think my opponent's just going to go land, oath. That's what I think my opponent's going to do. God damn it, Void Mirror! I can't play my Barrowgoyf. Oh, shit. Chat, I have to use the jet to play the Soul Ring. I can't play my Barrowgoyf. This turn. Sorry. Was I not specific enough? That I meant this turn? Okay, my bad. I was not specific enough. I thought it was implied. I thought it was implied. I think my opponent, all they need to do is play a forest and play an oath, and then I guess I can sack my Voidwalker, but then how do I ever win? Just don't, right? Okay, well, they don't have... Wait. I should just wasteland this then, right? Like, what are we doing here? Ooh, should we Thoughtseize? Yes, I could sack Voidwalker and play... I could sack Voidwalker and play their land. Could also brainstorm. I think we can take the orchard later, though, right? Like, we don't need the orchard right now. Well, I can't play Atraxa or Brainstorm because it will get countered by my Void Mirror. That's not how this card works, chat. This is you mill that many cards, and if the card you milled is a creature, you can put in your hand. I can't rebuy creatures that are already in the yard. I'm going to play a Barrowgoyf. I want the game to end, I think. Paper only play. True. Classic paper only play. Thoughtseize grows the Goyf. Man, being on the play is pretty lit, huh? Ancestral Recall. Okay. Show and Tell, Force of Will, Show and Tell, Mox, Veil of Summer, Yawgmoth's Will. Yeah. That's a hand. I guess I just take Veil because taking anything else doesn't do anything. They have no graveyard for Yawgmoth's Will. They have no creature for Show and Tell, plus they have 2 Show and Tells. I guess if I theoretically draw like a Grief that I hard cast next turn, but they're going to die before then. No, they won't die before then. But then they can Veil me. So we don't want to do that. So I guess I'll take the Veil. If they get an Oath, we're just dead? What are you talking about? We're not losing to an Oath here. They draw an Atraxa, we might be dead, but this thing is unblockable. Maybe it's enough. We would trade with the Atraxa. Oath is not enough. They're dead to no. They're dead to the next attack. All right, we scammed a little victory there. They can use Veil to force through Void Mirror. Yes, they can do that. That is a true statement. Okay, so what are we doing here? We've got Fatal Pushes. They're gone. Vampiric and Cage is definitely in. Trap on the draw, probably not. I never really liked Trap against Oath. I told you, chat. I told you we needed the Cage. So Void Mirror. Wait, what do we do about Void Mirror? Because it's still fine, but it's bad, and so is Null Rod. Neither are very good in this matchup. I guess Void Mirror at least stops us from getting forced. It's not great. Just do this, maybe. No, chat. If opponent resolves an Atraxa, they win the game. That's true. I don't know if Florida Legacy Club is on Bolus anymore, but I know some people cut it. This is a Grief and a Reanimate, so if we don't die on turn 1, I'm in. Keep. Well, the list I played recently didn't. Oh no, we're dead. Oh no, we are dead. Stock up, stock up. No, not stock up. I guess we still grief them in case they have 2 Atraxas. Active player, non-active player. Maybe we want them to. Maybe we don't grief them so that they put an Atraxa. So I mean, we don't want to put a Void Walker in play. I mean, we have Reanimate. I guess we could. Then we wouldn't need to Reanimate. I guess Reanimate would let us cast second Grief against Force. So if we were to put Voidwalker in first, then we actually can Grief pitch Barrowgoyf. I mean, we need our own Atraxa, right? Like we need our own Atraxa to win. All right, I'm gonna put the Voidwalker in. Force into the force, show and tell, Lotus into the Floodmaw, Vamp, Oath of Druids, Long Goodbye, Hedge Maze. I need them to have another Atraxa in hand here. We do beat this. Hedge, show, Oath, Force, I guess we don't beat. Wait, my opponent's not going to go Lotus Oath? I think that's a mistake. I would go Lotus Oath there. Maybe they're too scared about giving me Lotus. All right, they do need to have an Atraxa in hand, though. So even if this got forced, I can still... All right, it sounds like they don't have it in the hand then. Or they would be forcing here. Yeah, there's nothing here. They even have double Oath. Just trying to construct a winning line. I don't think I have one. I think the only way to win here was if my opponent had an Atraxa in their hand. In which case they would have forced, which is fine, because we would have then reanimated our Grief, taken their Atraxa, and cast Atraxa with Dothy Voidwalker. So, like, if one of these if this Oath here was, say, an Atraxa, right? Or the stock up was an Atraxa, I actually think we probably are in a decent spot, but then they still have they still have Oath, so it's, like, really tough. Okay. Well, yeah, my opponent had a Mana Crypt show and tell hand. Like, that's something that happens. I think we'll board the other Void Mirror. I mean, Void Mirror is like it's not really that good. It's gotta be better than Mindbreak Trap, so Mindbreak Trap would not have helped us in the slightest. Kind of hate it. I really don't like the idea of Needle or Null Rod either, so probably fine. Yeah, they could pitch Atraxa to the Force. That's true. All right, we're on the play. Our hand is double Thoughtseize, Hardcast, Mindbreak Trap on turn 2. It's probably just a mulligan. I don't think this is a key. I mean, it might be enough to, like, really mess up their deck, but I kind of doubt it. Like, we need to pressure our opponent, but their deck is clunky. This just feels like a hand that's a trap, and I'm supposed to mulligan for a Grief Reanimate, I think, if possible. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I think it's not good enough. I don't necessarily know that this is much better, but I do like Wasteland. I don't think this is much worse. No, it's turn 1 Ritual Void Mirror Troll for sure. You're definitely playing turn 1 Void Mirror here. But you have double Wasteland, so it really just depends on, like, what kind of hands, like, what kind of lands are in their hand. If they're fetch lands, obviously this is not very good, but if they're, like, Forbidden Orchards and dual lands, then it's fine. If they have a Force, then it gets a lot worse, of course. Like, our deck doesn't really mulligan amazing. You could definitely go to 5 here, but this hand is close. All right, got forced, pitching stock up. All right, well. What do you got for me? Fetch land. Well, okay, I mean, nothing is beating that. All right. All right. Yeah, I don't need Revolt, so just get the swamps out of my deck. I guess I could have played around this by playing a waste, but I kind of wanted them. They topped? That's not a good sign, chat. It's not a good sign. There's not very many cards you top from here. It's brutal. All right, well, I can confirm drawing fetch after keeping this hand is not good. Tropical. I pull off some crazy feats. Oh, they have Vamp. All right, so we need to draw exactly Cage. All right. Well, I've been bested. Yeah, it does not seem like a very good matchup unless I do Grief Reanimate on turn 1. So, all right, here we go. Round 4. I've got a Grief Reanimate, and they're Lurrus, so hopefully we don't die on turn 1. Could be good. Could be gaming. Tundra gaming. Soul Ring. All right, scary. Barrowgoyf. I like Play Around Days. Pitch Borgart Trawler. That will entirely depend on what we see off this grave. And they got my grief got forced. Pitching Snapcaster Mage. Bro, I do not trust my opponents to not randomly play Days in their Soul Ring deck. Sorry, friend. I can't do it. Can't do it. It could be Stifle Knot, right? Stifle Knot could play Days. All right, well, what do you got left? I see. Double Force. Demonic Uncastable at the moment. All right, well, they've got Demonic and Force in hand. Fetchland and Ancestral. By Lurrus. Well, this means that their Force is not online. All right, what is the best we can do, chat? What is the best thing we can do? Demonic Wasteland. No. Demonic Ancestral. Cast Barrowgoyf. Can't Demonic Null Rod. There's no Null Rod in our deck. Demonic Lotus does not get us anywhere. They play a Lurrus. No one really cares. All right. I think it's just the Goyf Father. I think it's the Goyf Father. I don't think it's a Voidwalker. Like, if they draw Demonic, right, then they're just gonna go Ancestral PO stuff. Ooh. Should we, like... Now I don't know. I cut Orcish Bowmaster because the card doesn't do anything. I cut Opposition Agent because it doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna play Voidwalker. I think it's better here. And if my opponent forces it, it makes my Goyf bigger. Yeah. We got nothing back. Lost Strip Mine and Vexing Bauble. That's a card we could have gotten. They are almost dead, though. They're, like, dead on this next attack. Well, we ripped apart their hand just enough. Yeah, I'm not convinced you want to go DT Lotus play everything. Like, putting the creature in the yard... I don't know. I think there's merit both ways. So this looks like it's probably Lurrus PO again, where... What did we do last time? We brought in Null Rods on the draw and took out Void Mirrors. We won on the draw there. And we brought in Vamp, and we took out Pushes. And we brought in Traps. Like, if we go Demonic and they counter it... Not sure. Ah, this is the hand I was waiting for. Wasteland, Soul Ring, Ritual, Ritual. Voidwalker. Probably against PO. This is not a keep. It is not a turn one troll. Easy peasy. Thank you for your suggestion. It's not control. My opponent saw it. We saw DT and we saw Sock Up and we saw Soul Ring. We don't know it's PO. I guess it could theoretically be like a Stifle Knot deck. But I think I'm going to mulligan. This hand looks better by like a lot. So I'm going to take out Reanimate. All right. Hopefully we don't die. About a week ago. Dark Ritual. Oh, please don't mental misstep this shit. I don't need that in my life. Vexing Bauble and then Null Rod. Got the Force. Ching Brainstorm. Slam the Null Rod. They crack the Bauble. And then we game. They should make this Vexing Bauble card a 4-up. Be pretty good. How about a week ago? Are we just going to crush 2 Lurrus PO players and lose to everyone else? After I said I really like... Ooh, Song of Gaming. That's pretty good. Got a Thunder Trap Trainer too? Suplex? Not me tries to play good decks, so... Makes sense. I guess I could have hit the red source here. Yeah, I probably was supposed to hit the red source there. It's like bad against... It's not bad against anything. I'm bad at Magic, chat. I'm bad at Magic. I forgot they can't Ancient Tomb. My fault. Unfortunately, like, triple Null Rod is not actually good against Lurrus PO is the problem. It's a Spell Pierce? Eh? Okay. Like, Null Rod's not good here if my opponent makes land drops. They did not make land drops though, so. Alright, my bad. Now I'm gonna get flamed because I didn't play Thoughtseize. No? Yeah, I was thinking about like waiting and like getting their Lurrus, but if they have Flame, it's like super bad to wait. Yeah, they had Flame, and they had Snapcaster Mage. Interesting. They're holding back for Ancestral. Because they can only remove one in play. If they let two resolve, then they can't remove two. Am I supposed to take this Snapcaster Mage? Pretty sure I am. I think they were supposed to cast this Snap. Well, maybe not, because they have Ancestral. My reanimate on Snapcaster Mage is not very good. But it could let me cast a Grief or something, maybe. I don't think I'm supposed to take Flame over Snap there. Could be wrong, though. I insta-lose to Lurrus? I don't think I insta-lose to Lurrus, do I? Maybe I do. I have a Mind Break Trap, and they have a Mana Crypt. They just bend a Trainer? Okay, maybe I do. It's fine, though, right? Because now we have... We can reanimate. Maybe I was just supposed to take them both that turn, then. Could I have taken them both that turn? Maybe I was supposed to take them both that turn, then. Oh, no, I didn't have enough mana. Okay, that's fine. All right, well, I got rid of their flame, so all they're left with is a Mana Crypt. They can buy Lurrus. If I find another land, I can hardcast Trap on Lurrus. Should I have just taken Lurrus? Oh, no, they don't have Lurrus. Wait, do they have Lurrus? Wait, what do they have? Chat, what was the other card? They have Mana Crypt and Lurrus now. What was the third card? Yeah, but I just thought seized. Oh, they just drew another card. Okay, you're right. Unfortunately, I drew more Dark Rituals, which means they can cast and resolve Lurrus, which is bad for me because they have a Thunder Trap in their yard. That seems bad. Yeah, I think I fucked up. Kind of drew not great. I mean, I can trap the Thunder Trap theoretically next turn if I draw the mana. Am I short on this? 3. No, this is exactly 6. Guess. I don't think that's beating Thunder Trap Trainer, but... Are we fucking serious? Alright, well, my bad, I guess. Probably was supposed to just make my land drop there. Stock up. Okay, I think I'm just gonna make my land drop with this troll so I can theoretically Mind Break Trap the stock up. It's not a great place to be in life. Yeah, that's why this deck is super fucking cool. It doesn't fold to a null rod. It gets to play the game. That's a really good card. I want to Mind Break Trap the stock up, though. Can I wait? Maybe just playing Voidwalker is enough. Can always stock myself up, right? Now I can technically block again. Because they both get exiled. I did just let a stock up resolve, though. This deck is not playing as fast as I hoped it would. It's 940. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Dothy can't block. Dothy is a shadow creature. Oh, you're saying block and then... Okay. Mox Opal. Oh, Tolarian Academy. Maybe my Mind Break Trap is online. Jesus. Wait, no, this is, yeah, this is the third spell. Come on, PO. Do it. Do it, I dare you. Do it, I dare you. Do it. I dare you. You can't go back now. You already tapped it. No tap backs. Ah, trainer. All right, well, I have to trap that, so. They have a Mana Crypt and an Unknown. I don't get a Void counter on it, though, right? I got Stock Up has a Void counter on it. All right, I think we're stocking up, chat. I think we're stocking up. I will cast Stock Up. Did you think I was gonna cast a Stock Up tonight? Be serious. Is that casting? Casting. Casting. Grief, Reanimate, Troll, and Trawler. Sometimes Deathray Shaman decks do. I think we go Grief and Reanimate, and we full cast Grief and then choose to reanimate either Voidwalker, Troll, or that, maybe? But what order do we do that in? Do we reanimate a Voidwalker first and then Grief? That's asking for a lot, Mike. It's asking for a lot to go right. You can just cast Troll. No. No, I can't. I mean, if I take fetch land and I could just cast Troll, true, but is that really what we want to be doing here? Soul Ring? With my Null Rod in play? Chat. I'm gonna agree first. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get a Voidwalker. I think a Voidwalker is better than a Troll. They already used Mental Misstep. PO? Oh, baby. Yeah, buddy. Got him. All right, so this Snapcaster can attack because if they block, they both get sent to the Shadow Realm. Shadow Realmed. I accept. All right, they're out of action again. They've got a Lurrus with nothing, and they got a hand with nothing. What do they rip? This just turned off their second flame, so that was sick. They ripped the Vexing Bauble. That's nothing. I shall remember it, though. Looking good. Oh, I can buy back Snapcaster Mage. What does that do? Buys back Reanimate. No, I can't because there's a Void. There's a Vexing Bauble. No. No, you're right. You're right. All right, I guess we're just getting in with a Voidwalker. Sag. Stupid Vexing Bauble. Let me Voidwalker. Infinite Snapcaster glitch. Uh-oh, that's a bad sign. No, no, no. There's too much action. There's too much action. Now, we don't even get to play it off of our Voidwalker. No, we're so dead. Oh, that's a good sign. That card's not very good. Tolarian Academy is a problem. Tolarian Academy is an issue. Because if there was no Tolarian Academy, they would just stock up and then we would have thought he's their best card, right? But Tolarian Academy is an issue. Demonic Tutor off of the 1C, which I haven't wastelanded. So lucky. This is kill the Null Rod. I assume. Okay. I still have a Dothy Voidwalker in play. There's still a Vexing Bauble in play too. If I had wasted the Volk instead of the Saga 12 turns ago, you bring up a good point. It was a misplay at the time, and we knew it. The game is still close, by the way. Well, those were not good draws. Get rid of this hard cast force here. What do we wasteland in chat? I'm not sure it's the Academy anymore. I guess they have an Opal, so I guess it's still the Academy. Because they have the Opal online. Yeah. I was thinking we could maybe cut them off of red or black or something, but... Alright, so they have to crack their Vexing Bauble. They're back to no action, so... They didn't crack their Vexing Bauble because they're scared of the Dothy Voidwalker. I like that for me. I mean, they're one life away from dying. Like, this has menace. This is close. I don't think the Wasteland was that good. It was okay. If they don't attack next turn, they die. So they should probably attack next turn. They're still not cracking the bauble. They gotta crack it. Never mind. They don't have to crack it. My bad. They don't have to crack it. Sorry. My bad. They don't need to dig to find the right card. They can just draw the right card. My bad. Nope. Good try though. Close. Close. I think we're dead. Sadly. We needed one-ish more. We needed a couple more fading turns of fading. Didn't happen. I should actually get them in my collection. I think Dothe Voidwalker should steal my opponent's cards. They should go into my binder. That's what I'm thinking. Imagine MTGO glitch. Dothe Voidwalker steals cards from your opponent's collection. You get a little Quantum Riddler going. Oh, shit. This is sad. I had 3 no rods. That's why we lost this game. No, I actually do agree. I think if I had wastelanded correctly on turn 2 or 3 or whatever, this game would have been a win. We were winning this game for so long. And then we weren't. All right, chat, we need to figure out how we're supposed to sideboard on the play. Are we bringing the Void Mirrors back in? Or is that bad? Anyone know? And if we're bringing them back in, what are we taking out? Mindbreak Trap stinks. Mindbreak Trap is the reason we had a chance. It was a fighting chance. Our Dothe Voidwalker would have been turned off by our Void Mirror. Mindbreak Trap was pretty damn good here. Wait, they played around Trap though, right? They played a trainer instead of a PO, and then we ripped a Thoughtseize for their PO. Savage. Yeah, but what do we if we bring in Void Mirror, what do we cut? What are we cutting? On the play, I can get down for 2. Maybe it's only 2. We don't really have very many lands in our deck. I kind of don't want to cut any lands, actually. I actually am not convinced we are allowed to cut any lands. I think we have far too many lands in our not enough lands in our deck, I should say. Cut the blue cards. Don't need them. I'm just gonna resubmit. This is fine. This is fine. This hand's good. Yeah, I want to cast my goddamn spells, man. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I don't have enough lands to cast my spells. All right, on the plate. Vamp out is not remotely what I would ever do in this matchup. Vamp out. Nope. Stands a note for me. Ugh. Alright, I guess. We're vamping for No Rod and Void Mirror and Vexing Bubble and Strip Mine and Wasteland. And the cards that prevent us from dying. What is going on? How are my opponents? How do they do it? Why is it the perfect mana every time? We're so fucking dead. We're so dead. And most of the time, you're not vamping for Void Mirror, man. You're vamping for Null Rod so that you don't die. Like right fucking now, when we're dead because we don't have a Null Rod, and I want to have more copies of Null Rod in my deck. What do I need to say? How do I get this through? What are you talking about? They're just gonna go Delta, Pearl, Trainer, get another Mox, and PO, kill me. Dual land? Well, there's probably no basics in this deck. No, they ripped Sapphire! Give me out, give me out, give me out. Ow, 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 I'm out, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. I have lost the die roll again in our deck that needs to win on the play. Versus Lurrus. This hand's not bad, though. This hand's one of our better hands. Just would have been nice to have been on the play, you know? Yeah. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. We got this. No problem. Is it Frog? It's Frog! We're pretty redundant here. I guess Dark Ritual is... They probably have to take Grief, right? It's Frog! We can beat Frog. I believe. I believe. Who dares Thoughtseize me? Wait, doesn't taking Grief mean we just reanimate the Grief? Eh? I mean, maybe they counter Dark Ritual. All right, well, I think I'm going to Dark Ritual. Play around Wasteland, because I want to... Oh, wait, no, I can't... No, I can reanimate Troll as well, right? They just F6ing? Oh, my. Oh, they're dead. Oh, I see. I see. Ah, classic best deck in the format right here. Just take stock up. I guess they can just buy Lurrus. It's not bad, right? They are dead in 2 hits unblockably, though. Is this your 58% win rate deck? Is this your best deck in the field? Got him. I'm gonna bring in a Fatal Push, and that's it. Take out a Void Mirror? Question mark. Okay. What's happening? What's happening? Yo, if our wins this league are Lurrus PO, Lurrus Frog, that Lurrus card could use a buff. I think we should revert it, chat. I think I personally would have more fun playing Vintage if we reverted the companion nerf. So I think my fun should come before everyone else's fun. Agreed. Everyone agrees, right? We should bring back the Remora metagame. We should bring back unnerfed Lurrus. I agree. I'm glad you all agree. I think everyone would learn to enjoy what is the best vintage format that's ever been made. You can play Mishra's Workshop and, and buy back and buy back Stone Coil Serpents. We've been there. I think I wait, chat. I think I wait. I think I wait. I think I wait. I'm gonna do a waiting. We'll play a little waiting game here. Little. I think it's a wait game. Opponents holding open Spell Pierce. It's a waiting game. That's fine. That's acceptable. I have a Vexing Bobble. You have a Vexing Bobble. No one cares. Okay? Thought sees you. No grief required. Flusterstorm. We could pay for the Flusterstorm, but now they're tapped out. So it's Barrowgoyf time. Dark Ritual, Barrowgoyf, go. Now what? Bro thinks if you unrestrict Strip Mine, I won't still feel bad about losing to it. Bro, I feel bad about losing to Wasteland. Doom? Oh, no, it is Doomsday. No, how? No. Wait, they had a stock up. There's stock up in Doomsday? Oh, no. Oh, no. Chat. Chat. Oh, no. We're so dead. We're actually just dead, right? Like we can't beat it no matter what we do. We need a wasteland. I guess I should have paid for the Thoughtseize. That's my fault. My bad, chat. I should have Dark Ritualed and paid for the Thoughtseize. Shit. Oh, no use worrying about it. They've got a Tormod's Crypt, two Nihil Spell Bombs, two Psychic Frogs, four Dark Rituals. This is the part where you say, Justin, you cut Opposition Agent for Barrowgoyf. If you had just played an Opposition Agent, you would win here. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear that word in your mouth. They didn't make a Time Walk pile, so if we did draw Wasteland, it would have been good. I have not brought a single card back with this stupid Barrowgoyf. I'm going to pass, and theoretically, they could fuck up, and I could kill an Oracle with them not having enough devotion. And then we could, I don't know, do something. Oh, they went with a Vexing Bauble Ancestral down to 0 cards pile. I see. But they opened themselves up to getting Mindbreak trapped, which is very odd. Okay. Alright. You've beasted me. Hey, my Wasteland. I don't think Wasteland would have done it there. Alright, I'm gonna bring in Mindbreak Trap. I think Void Mirror is terrible against their deck, though they do have Mishra's Bauble. But all my other cards are terrible too, so I guess I'll bring it back in. Fatal Push, I probably only want one. So I do want access to a Fatal Push. Do I want my Vamp? I think so. All right. Can we get the 2/3? No, I think we want one push. I hate this hand so much. I've built the worst deck of all time. This hand is so bad, isn't it? Isn't this hand terrible? Like, what am I? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I actually think it's fine. We get a lot of leeway in this game plan. We can't actually lose to Frog if we're leading Grief, so it's fine. We do need to draw action after, which is a problem. But we can do it. It's not. How can this deck possibly play Stock Up? It's the least castable Stock Up in all of Magic the Gathering. We're super dead, by the way. We are straight up super dead. They have an Ancestral Recall. We can't just let them Ancestral Recall. I'm going to play out the Vexing Bauble. It's a little weird, but if they want to make a Doomsday pile here, like, they have to make a Doomsday pile that doesn't, like, fold to Wasteland. It's kind of tough. Oh, they're not going to go for it. I like that play, actually. I think that's pretty good play. We have Hardcast Trap coming up. It's pretty good. Okay, wait, the game continues? The game is here? I like their play, though. I think it makes sense. They don't know that. They binned Tormod's Crypt. Yep. Are they going? Yep. This is the best Doomsday. Ugh, I love that art. It's good. There and nowhere. Demonic Tutor. Yo, Tony! What's going on? Welcome, Raiders. We're at the end. This is the final moments of this league. We're seeing if our Cat Doomsday opponent can beat our scams. What are they demonic for? Land? Dark Ritual Demonic Land? Is that what we did here? I kind of love it because they're just like building up to stock up and they're going to play a long game because we didn't deploy a threat, but like, you know, who knows? I don't know nothing. Nothing. They're just raw dogging stock ups, I'm pretty sure. We can go back in the VOD and look, but I don't think there was other mocks then. They had Dark Ritual to cast stock up. Well, they had a Dark Ritual to cast stock up. I don't know what's going on. What are we contemplating here? Are they contemplating playing around Blind Rage Trap? Is that what they're doing? I don't know. What could you be thinking about here? Let's assume they DT'd and they didn't have the land. Then they would have what? Ancestral, Lotus, Dark Ritual. Ah, yeah. You got it. Just kidding. You don't got it. It was a lie. It was a lie. Got him. Okay. Got them. And now they're not gonna be casting stock up anytime soon. I got the wastes. They've already used Ancestral, so I'll just play the Void Mirror out now. Shouldn't need the Mindbreak Trap hard cast up right now. Oh, drew another land. Okay. Strong play. Borgort Trawler. I gotta play this. I need a clock in play. Oh, no, Justin. No! There's no undoing it. We're dead. I hit the wrong button. Hopefully they don't hit a land this turn and cast stock up. That'd be bad. I just wanted the Borgart Trawler, man. That's all I wanted. They did not shuffle. They hit the land drop. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait. It was all a ruse, chat. I played it so that next turn I could draw Reanimate and hold open Mindbreak Trap. I'm a fucking genius. I'm a genius. What am I taking, by the way? I'm so next level, chat. That's unfortunate. I kind of was hoping they didn't have... wait, I knew their hand. What am I talking about? I knew their hand the whole time. See, you don't need Moxen to cast stock up. You just need to get to turn 6. No problem. All right, well. Can we beat Doomsday? Like, can we beat either of these cards resolving? Like, we can't, right? We can't beat either of these cards resolving. Yeah, but like I can't. I'm dead. I'm dead. Sad. I had 3 griefs and 4 thoughtseize as a draw 2 there. I don't think playing the Borgrat Trawler would have mattered very much, to be perfectly honest here. Doesn't seem like it would made a huge deal. So they get to fetch and go to 6 and make a pile, and we don't have a mental misstep in our deck. Yeah, I think we're just straight up dead. Sadly, I don't think we have outs to this. They drew too many lands here. How many lands is this? I wastelanded once. I only wastelanded once. Unlucky. My opponents would have wastelanded 5 times. Yeah. Damn. So this is 7 life. So even Time Walk is not an out. Damn, man. This stinks. Oh well. If we did have the Bogart Trawler in play, Time Walk would have been an out. They're gonna ponder. Hmm. 5 lands. I like that play. I think they played pretty well. Yeah, they're just raw dogging a pile of stock ups. 4 stock up, no off color Moxen, triple frog this time. Dismember. I don't really like this deck, but I'm a hater. Sadly, it's too late. Aw, man. Yeah, you just get to turn 3 and you cast your stock up. No problem. Damn. Sucks. Yeah, the Trawler would not have made a difference here, right? Or would it have? They would have had more or less life. Maybe we would have won if I played the Trawler. I don't want to do the math. It's possible, though. I tried to play the Trawler. I just hit the wrong side of it. Yeah, I mean, this deck stinks. I think if you just show up with no force of will, again, you need to have a good reason to show up with no force of will, and I can tell you that this is not a good reason. Barrowgoyf was fine. When we played the fair matchups, it did do winning. Void Mirror kind of stunk. Honestly, I was not happy with Void Mirror. I kind of think the card's a bit overrated. I understand why people want it, but maybe like the key is to be backed by a really powerful mono white initiative shell is the key. It doesn't really have the power to carry on its own. Which I kind of knew that, right? Like, it's not like Void Mirror was a new card by the time it was played in Mono White Initiative. It's been in the format for many years. It just wasn't very good. Like, this card was introduced and people were like, oh, specifically Slasher was like, oh, this is going to ruin Vintage forever. Shops will become unplayable because of this. And then no one played Void Mirror in their deck because Void Mirror was not very good. And I kind of still think that's true. Like, the fact that Void Mirror does seem to fit fairly nicely inside of the mono white shell is nice, but it's more about the mono white shell and I think less about Void Mirror. I do think that Grief Reanimate did still seem pretty good in this league. Like, multiple instances of scamming. That the problem with Grief Reanimate is not really the Grief Reanimate part. It's kind of just that it encourages you to have a bunch of black cards in your deck, which is not good. Even though the Voidwalker wasn't terrible today by any means, I'm not sure that it was. You can only go so far. Like, if you start cutting, what are you cutting? Fatal Pushes and Dark Rituals and Thoughtseizes and Barrowgoyfs, and you're playing Grief Reanimate Troll, and then you're trying to play blue cards, and then you end up with this like blue-black hybrid deck that doesn't really hit the force count for blue, doesn't really hit the black count for Grief, and then you don't have really good draw engines in the deck. Frog doesn't really count. Is a good draw engine in my opinion. So like, I don't really like the blue-black scam list very much. I don't think the blue-black scam list is bad, and it can certainly win matches, but yeah. We didn't draw, I don't know. The whole deck construction was really rough because it's kind of pulling two different ways. And I think Dark Ritual based like Stompy and like, I just think Dark Ritual is not a very good Magic card unless you're casting Doomsday and winning the game immediately. I'm really, really against the idea of like even playing Dark Ritual decks at all. So the problem, Joe, is like, you take 2 hits out of their hand and then they just draw another stock up or another PO or a merchant scroll and they just kill you later. Like, discard is good in Vintage, but only if you like win the game after you discard. Discard and then play a dude is not good. And I think those are like 2 pretty big distinctions. Like, I've been really happy with like discard cast Doomsday, win the game. I've been happy even with like discard cast like Beseech the Mirror, combo kill your opponent. Like the Cabal Ritual Bobcat deck we played, not Cabal Ritual, Cabal Therapy Bobcat deck we played. I thought discard was quite good in that deck because after you discard your opponent's card, you're not hitting their power, you're not hitting their like draw card engines and stuff. You're hitting their force of will, and then you're killing them. And that's kind of the key. Like, this deck is too slow, and not interactive enough, and doesn't work, I think. So that's how I feel anyways. Obviously you're entitled to your own opinion, but that's the feeling I got. And this isn't like the first time we've played this list or an idea like this. We've done it in the past, and I think the most successful one was that one from 2023 where we played Orcish Bowmasters and we Deathrite Shaman and we splashed Wheel and Twister and we went 5-0 because like you're giving yourself a way to instantly win the game. In this deck, you're just not giving yourselves enough ways to win the game fast, and that's my biggest qualm. So I really want my Vintage deck to 1, have a way to instantly win and give me free wins, and 2, have Force of Will so I can stop my opponent's free wins and be given time to actually play out a game of Magic. So that's my feelings. That's the league. I hope you enjoyed it. I do think it was a pretty entertaining league. We had a lot of interesting things happen. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to check out the YouTube channel where there are new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you then.